Hello, I am back once again, and I'm only a couple minutes late now because I was still on the phone, and that got short eventually after 50 minutes. So yeah, we're back. It's Stormworks time because it's Friday, if I'm correct. Yes, and let's jump into the submarine. Oh wait, I do have to turn my camera on. I was so rushed, I failed to turn my camera on. Hold on. Let me quickly do some work to get the camera rolling again. Right, that software works. Now let's get the other bit of software working, like the camera. By saying display one and then display the other. Hello. And let's hope it displays Stormworks. Let's hope it does it. Also, I have mug. It's not entirely full anymore, but there's mug. Yeah, I did something today that I guess not a lot of Twitch streamers have done. I signed a contract. So I now am officially employed. So starting Monday, I'm gonna be somebody that works. Because you cannot live off no money. You need money. So yeah. I'm gonna need said money. I'm gonna have to work. Because I eventually want to be able to buy a house. And so eventually the Dutch housing market is still... How do I put this? Disastrous. I think is the best way to describe it. It's really expensive. Sort of waiting for it to collapse. Where? There. Oh yeah, I fitted the gun on the back. Oh, the stabilization system is doing a lot. Wait, both things are filling up now. Why is it doing that? That will not stabilize the entire thing. I think the automatic stabilization part is kind of scuffed. Very mature code to get the thing to turn on. I guess I could... Where's the code connected to? Is it underneath here? Yes. And 1, 2, 3, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 5. I could actually... Hold on, let me actually make this better. The number you put in... This is the input. that you have, and you have one number. You have add and subtract. Constant number 1. Then this property number can go. B and B, and this becomes A and A. Password 1, 2, 3, 4, with this being 1. Right, what it should do now is this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will mean that it will add 1, so 1, 2, 3, 5. It has to be less than 1, 2, 3, 5. And it goes to subtract, so there's 1, 2, 3, 3, and it's yeah, that works. That means that I will only have to put in the password instead of having to say a maximum or a minimum. But apart from that, I'm thinking of removing the hatches entirely because they are throwing a wrench into my plans. Because what happened with what? Eh? Why are those tanks filling? When I don't even have the stabilization system. Something is not connected properly. Why? Oh, those 4 pumps are still not connected to the relay. That's a bit of a fuck up, isn't it? This one is supposed to go to the pumps. That one small electrical problem eventually. Need to slap more weight into this though, in the front. What? Something is not right at all. It should not be putting stuff out. Why is that so? Tilt front rear, tilt left right. That should work, right? The tilt left and right. Yeah, it's aimed that way. Left in, left out. What? I think I know what's wrong. Right in, right out. I think a slight mismanagement of cables had happened, causing the entire thing to flip out. Or at least it's what I hope. Still no sign. Wait. No, even electric isn't turned on. And the right out is being used, which makes sense considering we're listing. But not giving me an input. Let's jump into this mess once again. Yes. Tilt front rear is the off value, because the on value is 0. That falls between the minimum and maximum. It gives out a signal, or that one turns on. But if one of these turns on, then it switches the value, so it turns it off. And just powers and just skips the entire thing. This system should work. It worked before. Why is the first thing troubleshooting? Front in and front out are these pumps, that is correct. Like, it shouldn't activate all of them. Alright. Forward tilt does something. Multiplies it by 4. Outputs a number. If the number is greater or less than positive. So if it goes like forward, it becomes a bigger number by the looks of it. So forward means that this off value and none of these are turned on, so this doesn't get turned off, which means it becomes 0.1 or 0.02. That means it is, wait, oh yeah, A is greater than B. That outputs a signal, which means a front in. And if it's less than, if it's less than that, so if let's say it tilts backwards and goes to minus 0.02, then it starts emptying the front. While also, if the front tilt is going forward, it becomes greater than a rear out. This comes right in, right out, left in, out, out, in, out, out, in. Yeah, this should work. What if I lower it all the way and have it spawn there? Like, the rear tank empties itself. Makes sense. Why do these tanks start filling up? Like, 1, I can understand, but 2, I can't understand. This will be front, rear. And then this will be left, right. This means I can measure if the things are doing well. Like, yeah, it should turn on. Front rear should not be on at all. So this one shouldn't be on, even in the slightest. Why is this happening? The front rear is... Oh wait, it does it times 4, doesn't it? Yeah, then it does activate. It tries to be accurate. This one is slowly stabilizing, but it's not really doing all that much. Might as well sit on top and basically just... Might as well do that, you know? Really light it on fire. Because what is it gonna do? Sink? It's just gonna extinguish everything. So going inside probably isn't the smartest idea. So, you know, there is sort of fire. Now let's turn the nuclear reactor on. I forgot that's what that button does. Whoops. I forgot I had that scuttle button installed. The scuttle button. Are these tanks leaking? They have to be, right? There has to be a leak somewhere. Oh, is it this? Don't tell me it's this. We're gonna see if it's this. Yes, I'm trying to save as much weight by using wedges. Pipe, angling closed. Another enclosed angle, and another enclosed angle. There we go. Now if I spawn in, it should be... I'm more confused about why it still turns on. Like, obviously these tanks are now connected to each other. Let's see from where, because they're weirdly equal. And I don't see any pumping in. I just see pumping out. Well, it pumps in here. Sorry for the noises, but... apparently something broke. Like, there's been an update. Apparently that broke something. Uh-huh. Alright. Let's do a quick check. Oh wait, symmetry mode. Nice. Save some stuff. No holes in there, so far as I can see. No holes in there. No holes in there. Then why does it seem like they're sharing? Because if I make a hole on purpose, does that change any of the results? No, not at all. Alright. So there is a leak somewhere. Apart from the one I just patched. There are rocket... Oh, wait a second. What I can do... That is because of a pipe that's there. Hello. Well... I mean, who doesn't? Well, I know what's not good, and that is this submarine, considering there's a leak in my tanks. And this side tank and this other side tank are counted as one, even though there's no physical separation. Because if I jump in, you can already hear the pumps running, even though they should, in theory, have no power. Like, see, now all three of these are merged. I made it worse. How did that get worse? I have a rocket pod. Oh. Oh, don't tell me the rocket pod isn't fully... The rocket launcher apparently doesn't have a fully watertight back, so... If you're wondering why I'm placing them there, this is the scuttle button. You sink your submarine, nuclear by the way, right, now it should be separated. Yes. Why it's on, I don't know. This should be the one that changes that. Let me go to the reactor real quick. Turn the button, that will push them in. Dunk. That will start heating up the rods. That means that these control rods should be fine. I'm stabilizing, yay. Now I'm overcorrecting. Which means we'll empty that tank and fill the right tank again. I guess I can push this to like here. Now that we're stable enough to walk through doors without bending over. And first I had the scuttle button here. But then I realized if there are rocket pods below here, you don't want to be standing in a blast radius while you scuttle your submarine. So I shoved it all the way in front here, so no problems arise. Yeah, there was something I didn't realize when doing last stream on Wednesday, was the fact that that would be my last unemployed stream. Because I was thinking it would be today, right? That today would be the last stream that I would do while being unemployed before signing a contract for a new job. But I signed it earlier today, so I start on Monday. It's mainly just going to be seeing if it's going to be seeing if I can keep up the schedule. I probably have to do shorter streams. Like, I've been trying to do 4-hour ones, but if I have to wake up at 6 and sleep at 12, that don't do. So I might have to either do the streams like start earlier or just shorten them. And if I manage it, I might squeeze another stream into it. Oh, I heard the rods. That means the temperature went above 150. I've set it to 150 because I don't need that much temperature at all. We should see movement now. Yes, I gave it bow thrusters because it needed them. Well, right now it's above water, and it can somewhat defend itself with just 2 machine guns with 1 box of ammo. There is no other box of ammo in sight. Also, can I dive yet? Well, it is basic defense. If we were to climb all the way up, jump. This is still inverted. It kind of looks like one of those, doesn't it? It's kind of small, I guess. Wait a minute. If I start a no, that would just sing me from the back. There we go. Just need to light a small fire. Well, this is the first step that I actually managed to get working, so yay. Fill all. Bow thrusters on. Probably shouldn't have lit my boat on fire. Come on. Go under. The longer I wait, the more fire is here. Well, I was hoping it would go underwater, but apparently it doesn't want to do underwater. Because my tanks aren't full enough, and I got rid of the doors that were on the side, because those were kind of messing with stuff. Is the fire even spreading? Yeah, well, the thing is, these at the top should remove the pressure. Oh, but that pump's damaged. That pump isn't. These just pump air. Which should allow for easier pumping. Yeah, you see a difference start to... appear here where the right tank is slowly getting pressurized. Can I... Well, it stays above water now. So, yeah. I could store multiple tanks for pressure, but... cheese is good. Trying to... It is slowly submerging more and more, and it seems to be somewhat extinguishing itself. The damage really hasn't grown all that much. Oh, hydrofoils are nice. It seems I'm extinguishing the fire with waves. If it works, it works. Well, as long as it works, right? That's the thing. If things don't work... There we go. No, the fire is almost extinguished. Almost. Go on, we can do it. Yeah, man. It's almost out, like it's trying to go out. There's like no fire surrounding it either. And it's out. That's not a lot of damage that the fire did. Apart from maybe turning the left tank a bit leaky. Alright, let's see what damage I can do at the back here. Wait, did that reignite that fire? What if I decide to dive right now? Does that... Seems to be an internal fire as well, or the gun is on fire. Oh, that brother is oh, we are burning. I've left that hatch open. No. There we go. Yes. You could see this as testing. Why is my speed steadily dropping? Why is it... Yeah, I'm trying to go down, but it seems that my speed is... I'm losing speed. Like I legit ran out of steam. It's just kind of disastrous. Wait, what if I just do this? Will that solve the problem? I mean, it should, right? I'm completely I'm submerging the fire. Like, what in the Stormworks physics? I hope so. Oh, no, there it goes. Ooh, but the pumps. Why are the pumps suddenly... Why are the pumps suddenly shooting fumes? Also, with that damaged? I mean, are the internals damaged at all? No, not by the looks of it. Inside is fine. I guess this is how the ship turns. It just goes sideways and you... Oh boy. You're bored. That can happen. The gun pivot is broken as well. Any game you like. Right. Do I press the button? Do I press this singular button here? I'm gonna wait till I'm a slight bit closer to the... Well, this thing ain't surviving. I mean, look at the top. That's leaking water. Surprised the nuclear stuff didn't get damaged. And even a single bit of the powertrain got damaged. Because that means that... Oh. I have to say... that it's quite an effective scuttling method. Let me go down. No. There's pressure. There we go. Alright, well... It's trying to suck me in. Bye. It's still moving. Oh, the diving equipment fell through the floor. But it seems that this button is quite effective. I guess that this is the quick sinking method. That is funny. Nice. Like, what it does, it just fires 8 rockets. That is the way I scuttle this submarine. With the power of explosives. Alright, I feel like I should put pumps in here. Do I... What is faster? Wait, I could test that. Let me save the submarine quickly. I need to test something real quick because that decides what kind of system I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna need a clean slate, and I'm gonna need a platform. Then I'm gonna need a big box. Just big box. Because I'm curious, what is faster? Large fluid tanks, manual pump. I have a manual one on one end, so this will be fluid in, hopefully. Yes, it will. So this is the setup if you have a manual pump, like how much that moves. I also probably should put a port here with a gas relief valve. And because I don't care about looks or space, and then I have a normal pump. Oh wait, I should probably actually just put these in one more. Push this in. Then remove import. This will be a test if a manual pump is quicker, or because it's going to be all about hand cranking pumps, right? So I'm going to need a generator, a gearbox, because we're going to give this the best shot possible. I do have a piece of paper somewhere that says where I need to aim for more RPS. There it is. I need to write it on a piece of paper, another piece of paper soon. Towards the engine. I need towards the engine. So I need to do this, then grab a handle or a manual crank and put the, you know what, I'm gonna put it here. I'm wondering what's quicker. Let's make this a 6.5 and just simply connect all of these up together. Dial. Wait, I can measure it easily. I can grab a T-piece, TP, or flow valve. No, I don't have a... So we're just gonna put a dial and a dial. No, we need one of them only. We only need one of them. One dial that indicates the meter, the liquid meter that is gonna be in here. In the meantime, these are both gonna be fresh water. What level? There we go. Well, that is not currently the option. Right, we have this, we have this. They're both filled equally. We have empty here, and let's pump. So pretty quickly it does that. Let me do this. It should potentially speed up. Yeah, this has nothing on the manual pump. So that concludes that test. The manual pump is better. Let's head back to the water. Because I wanted manual pumps. Yes. Let's put a port like underneath there. Put a pump that's manual. Is that the out? No. Yeah, that's the out. Can I just send it straight at the side? In game, of course. Sure. Port, another port. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can, you know, do this. Press the secret button. Right, we're on fire now, and we have damage at the front, so we should flood. Let me quickly grab the welding torch right here and fix this bit. Right, in theory it... Why is there still water flowing in here? No. Why? I thought I fixed every little bit, right? Why is it still flowing in? Like, where's the leak? Oh. Yeah, there are more underwater welders here. Like, that's weird. That it was still filling up. I guess could have been through here. If that piece of logic's damaged. Right, let's try that again. Let's shut this door. And then press this button. There we go. Right. Because I have an underwater welder in my inventory, I'm gonna wait till it floods. And then immediately start fixing. Because it seems that only the back of this room has been damaged. With both pumps pumping out. If you get lucky, you get to do this boring emptying of boat. Which it is slowly emptying. Means that it's gonna try and lift up from here. No, it's still fighting for a little bit of extra altitude. So if we're to do this, I don't even get a chance because of the sheer amount of... And if I first fix the walls and the window here and the door and the floor, so that no more water enters. Not sure if I'm even gonna have enough to fix all this. Yep, it's dead. Then use backspace and grab this one, let go of that one so I can store it, and grab this one. Let me fix the wall up here and a lot of the floor. No, a lot needs to be fixed here. Especially the floor got completely wrecked. Also, tip, don't look into welds like this. It will hurt. I've looked into my fair share of welds as well. They're bright. Unlike you when you look into a weld. Right, that should be that. I should be able to empty it out. If I'm to be correct and everything is fixed, should be able to slowly alleviate the pressure on this. Because the less pressure there is, or the less water is in here. I guess you put a sensor, I guess you put a dial in here as well, and a float meter. And have an alert system that's just for paintable indicators that it will start flooding a little bit more. Like in case of a flood, it will say this much water in here. Actually, let's build that. Let's magic that system into existence. Paintable indicators. Here, here, and here. Then all I need to do is, because I have 3 compartments, I'm gonna need to put... No, that's additive, and we don't want to put those additives there yet. We first want to do some paint. So you have this, this... Wait, technically it's more of a... this shape. Then you have this little bit on top. Right, you have this. Right, this indicates that this little submarine is what you're in right now. And let's indicator it red. So if you were to flood it, each separate panel would light up. Of course, with a little bit of additive blue as well. So we need a new microcontroller with which we'll call sub warning system, not system. We need 1, 2, 3 inputs. These will be your... Wait, can I get a composite input into these as well? No, I can't. So it's definitely going to be 3. 1, 2, 3. And another 3 of them. So you have 3 input and 3 output. Output 1. Control Z, control... No. Input 1. There we go. Output, output, output. Let's actually make these correct order. Input, input, input. I just realized these need to be numbers. The inputs need to be numbers. Number, number, and number. Then I just need a greater than for each 3 of them. Which will then go into a blinker. Which will then go to its corresponding output. And now I need a property number. Property number. This will go to this, this, and this. This property number will be called liters. And let's say you have to have at least 100 liters in your thing in order to sub-warning system. System. Sub-warning system. Output 3 is going to be in the back, 2 is going to be in the middle, 1 is going to be close. Meter. Liquid meter, of course. This is going to be 1, 2, and of course, here's 3. 2 and 3. Oh wait, I didn't power them proper. I didn't give them electricity yet. Right, let's... See? It indicates like... Oh shit. The back two halves are flooding. Like that. I guess it could blink a little bit quicker than this. But it's a solid visual, in my opinion. But the underwater water works above water as well. Huh, funny. But what do I do in this center bit? Apart from adding a little bit of a desk here, I guess I could add a little bit of a shelf for ammo here. Ammo. You know, considering incendiary, because if you get hits off and you start burning, although you do run the risk of basically saying goodbye to everything if this cooks off. There we go. And in the meantime, I'm going to invert this pivot here. There we go. So now, if you go here, there is some slight amount of ammo. I was gonna add pumps. More manual pumps, of course. With a port at the end here. Pump, manual. Like this, because this is out, and then it just goes straight out there. Symmetry mode is turned off, son of a bitch. Keeps happening to me that symmetry mode turns off, and then I'm screwed. Pump. Pipe straight enclosed with a corner. Alright, let's see. If I start with flooding this, using the scuttle button, and I just fire one, like, set of rockets. Yep, it gives those warnings. I should probably put a buzzer on it as well. Say, like, a really annoying buzzer. So every time that happens, you have to keep worrying about the buzzer. Why is the water leaving this area? Shouldn't we be filling it up? Or is this area taking all the water for itself? No. Where the fuck is the water going? Oh no, it is fresh water. The seawater is indeed flowing in. Ah, I was just looking at the wrong thing. It's adding more seawater than fresh water. In reality, it is quite quickly flooding. Let me see if I can fix this quickly before this runs out. Nope, it ran out. Quick. And shut this door as well. Then completely fix this up so it still flooding. Oh, that's because of that, of course. Don't know what that was, but right, that seems to stop all the seawater flowing in. I think I should put liquid release valves on these so you don't pump out all the air. Wait, are we at the bottom of the ocean or are we still quite stable? Yeah, let's see. Now it gives you a warning for all the compartments. Because they didn't turn on it at the same time. I'm surprised I'm still afloat. Wait, this rear compartment wasn't damaged? So it's just the bottom that's filling up. Okay. Makes somewhat sense, yeah. And we're about to go under the 100 again. That should turn this one off, at least. It's going quite slow right now. We are slowly dropping lower, though. Yeah, see, it turned off. Right. Yeah, I feel like I should add electrical pumps with the pumps that I currently have. Apart from removing these liquid release or liquid relief valve, and then slap another port on it as well. Do the exact same thing here. But it doesn't allow me to do that there unless I'm sneaky. Move this button over one, place it back down, put that there. Liquid relief valve there. Pump like an actual fluid pump that exists. I guess I could put that. Oh great, it's right into the desk. Gonna put like 4. Also, let me do paint and let me actually go to a darker blue here. A blue that's less, how do I say this, blue. And a little bit of a darker red as well, so it's just more red than pink. Also, the painting of the back kind of helps as well. There we go. Like that. And then we just do this. And I think I'm gonna need to expand this one with another 3 ones, which are also going to be outputs. Output. Caps lock off. Output. Pump 3. Or is it 3? 1, 3. So I need to switch those two around. 1, 1. It's gonna be 1, 2, and 3. Oh, they're all behind here. Alright. Oh, and I need to switch to outputs. If I just do this, just make it really messy, because this doesn't have to go through a blinker. Like, the pumps just need to turn on. Now this tea almost cold. It's very difficult to do with this mug, considering its size. Alright, let's see. It expanded that way. Of course it did. And it couldn't have expanded this way. Welder. 2 underwater ones, 1 normal one. Wait a second. 1 is there, 3 is that one. So this one has to become that one, this one has to become that one. So you have 1, 1, 1 being this. I am now realizing a fatal flaw here with this. Which means I get to push them back 1. Get to push these over here. Liquid relief valve in there. Whee. Nope. Fell off. Let me on the submarine. Or let me... stall it. Some good damage. Paints a worrying picture, of course. With the amount of water flooding this vessel. Let me quickly patch it up. Sometimes the damage is completely invisible. Right, that is that. The front hasn't been touched yet. So we're all relying on these pumps, unless I open this hatch, which has water flooding in. Is this one... It's gonna keep warning me about stuff. Why don't I... Oh, that one got really, really close. Almost becoming too much trouble. Because now we're... Oh, that's heavy flooding. Mind if I close this door? Then check if we're still flowing full of water. No, see, we're emptying now. Slowly but surely. We are emptying. As we are slowly going underwater. Because there is some slight... Let me quickly shut this door as well. There is some slight damage here, if you can see. No, slight damage. Not too serious, of course. It's just some slight surface damage, you know. Yeah, here, let me give some more sun. As previously stated, do not look directly into welds. They will wreck your eyes. Let me... No, not camera mode. Let me throw that out as well. Put the welding torch in there. Well... I guess if I do this... What, welding? Or Stormworks? Like this is a decently quick pumping. With these ones and these ones working together. Ah. You mean ruining your eyesight? No, don't push me in there. There's a pressure difference. The pressure difference is wrecking everything. Like underwater, it's even worse. They get to really look into it. Is it completely full? Can I empty it at least? And if I stop, will it fill up again, or will it... No, it's just completely full of water. Like there's now slowly... There's 4 liters of fresh water here. Can I, if I open up this door, which shouldn't be a problem at all, should be able to fix everything pretty quickly. Doesn't, oh, there's just needs to be some damage there. Whoops. Can I even fix that from behind here? No, I can't. Alright, well. I should, in this state. Wait. Why is it emptying? Is it filling up this area? Yes, yes it is. So it is slowly filling up this space. In theory, this, if you were to do this for a long enough period of time, this would eventually float back up to this, hopefully back up to the surface. Because right now I'm emptying 2 rooms at the same time. Which is why the flow seems so little. And I guess if I really want to make this work, I get sucked into this room, open this door as well, really flood this shit. Which, to be fair, is perfectly reasonable. Right, that's enough water for now. No, still gonna have to empty this. Well, the pumps are doing magnificent work. Like, really just emptying out hundreds of liters of water. Like, it's actually going decently quick with this. Like, I can already actually see the level steadily dropping. Because, you know, of actual pumps. Like, of course, those tanks are going to be completely full. Because of damage. And we are fully at the bottom, and this area is actually not entirely submerged. Looks like only damage it sustained was to that little bit. Oh hey, this place is already down 1,000 liters. The battery is recharging because I got the reactor online again. This actually gets empty quite quickly. I'm surprised. Of course, it takes a lot of effort. But we're already under the 5,000 liters. To the point where you can actually see the dashboard again. Like I can see stuff now. Of course, there's still some water on top of the dials. Not anymore. It's all cleared out. See, and with that, if I open up the door a little bit more, it should try and empty into this. If I then close it off again and start pumping some more, if I know how quick the pumping is, which currently is pretty rapid, and is actually slowly exposing all of the rooms. Like, the top of the door frame is already above water. If I aim my camera correctly, these dials that indicate the tilt are already above water. There should at some point be a moment where I get more buoyancy Of course, I'm gonna have to go outside and actually fix these tanks. Or I turn the stabilization system on, turn the bow thrusters on, say empty all. As well as pumping. Because emptying all seems to be emptying. No, those tanks still fill up. But the front and the rear don't, so... As well as this area emptying, although less quickly. Because one button is on empty all. Should in theory allow me to raise... So I'm trying to see if you can use the tactic of... Let's scuttle the ship or the submarine, patch it back up, you know, so they think like, oh, that one has sunk rapidly. I guess we don't have to worry about it anymore. And then a while later, you decide to pop back up, and everything is all well and done, and then you can just say surprise. But I do feel like I should actually add more pumps to this. I feel like this part also needs this treatment. Although right now I can say maybe angling or angle corner, and then this, and then this, and then this. Output pump 2 is going to be here and here with battery connected to both of them. And then I need pumps in here as well. So I also need a manual pump in here. And I guess because this room is quite filled, one of them should be enough. Port. I guess one here, one here. Liquid relief valve here and here. Pumps, a manual one and an automatic one. That ends in it coming out there. Let me quickly get this setup ready. And output 3 goes there. I actually want to tune the speed of the blinkers to be, I guess, 0.7. So, you know, they blink slightly quicker, grab your attention a little bit more. Alright, let's jump into it, jump through it. Alright, let's let that flood a little bit, a lot, you know? Don't think it even... Ooh, that's nice. Alright, let me quickly fix this. See, now this compartment should be done. Should be fine. Yeah, see, it's even emptying the water. Although I should probably close this door. So this room completely floods. And then floods this room. Even though it currently is emptying itself out, that's purely because of reasons. It's filling this compartment up first. See, there's the water. It seems that the damage remained minimal. I mean, of course, fired off the rocket straight into the pumps. Meaning those are done, but... eh. They're only climbing very slowly. That's because of this filling up. You know what? I'm just gonna press the button again. That one got a lot closer. Once again. Once again, we are quickly emptying this room, but this one is still heavily flooding. Let's do Gaming Baron's favorite hobby again, and it's watching into the flame of a welding torch. Try and fix equipment. Like these pumps here need to be fixed. This wall here that needs to be fixed. And I ran out again. And quickly do this. Grab. Wait, can I switch out? No, I can't switch out. No, don't drop the flashlight. Should be emptying still, yeah. It empties, it empties, it empties. So this part is emptying itself out. Oh, that's... Nope. Nope. Worst part is I need to close the door. There we go. Nope, don't push me through again. Alright, I'm fixing the floor up to the... so it's fully fixed up here. Let me tackle these rooms. So I stopped all the flooding from the scuttle button. Thing is now, if I can get sucked through here. Am I on the ocean floor? Yes. Is the MTL gonna work? It is. As you can see, there's some slow push out of water. MTL was working before, isn't working now. I guess we're just going to be pumping this room empty then. Wait, what? The ship is... it's flooded? No, I didn't notice that yet. I had no idea. I hope that slowly but surely these will disappear. But I'm afraid not. I do also hope that the pumps that are in the other room, or technically all pumps in this magnificent vessel, are doing their work. Actually, am I still going down, or am I... Oh, these things are completely full. I guess I should add a hatch that allows you access to the pumps. You can fix the pumps. But right now, I'm really clearing this out now. Once more, this area is slowly freeing itself of water. And I'm all for it. This is slowly going deeper, even though technically there is a lot more free area here to fill. That's gonna find equilibrium there. If I then open this one as well. Right, so everything is now the same. Everything is now the same, and it's draining quickly. Where is the fresh water coming from? It's coming out of here. No, fresh water's coming out of here. Oh well. Let me grab these two pumps. Really start pulling it, because right now we can this is the best visual you're gonna get of how full or how much water do I have left in total. This middle room is gonna keep filling up, is gonna be the most painful to leave it all the water out of, but the two smaller rooms should be fine. With, you know, the 19,000 liters of water. And these pumps slowly pumping out more. With the fresh water also leaving here. Not as quick as before. Let me shut the door real quick. See, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Let me put the mug right here. See, now we're emptying this room quickly. And because this room has water up to the door, it is still emptying. Slowly getting less and less, slowly lightening the vessel. Though I do have a slight feeling I need to get outside in order to fix some stuff. That means that this part is gonna try and do something. If we're to try and weld through here to fix the that's a port hole, that's a port that's now fixed. Let's fix these walls up. And we won't be able to fix the bottom. Like, that is sadly an impossible task right now. But it's still possible for me to hopefully get lucky and hit a couple of the pumps. Hopefully hit a couple of the pumps and I'm capable of... Alright. Is it empty? Oh, it should really empty everything. . And they are filling right back up again. Yeah. That is not doing shit right now. Yeah, there is a lot more water out of the interior at least. Yeah, most of the pumps are fixed. I actually managed to fix a couple of them, but the bottom is just... There are no hatches in the bottom. So that's why you're testing this. Like, where are the pumps? Right underneath these pumps as well. Yeah, how am I gonna do that? Apart from, well, this. Also, I went to take a look at a car yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it the day before that? Not sure. I think it was yesterday, yeah. And I had the biggest disappointment in my life, almost. Like, if you're going to take a look at a car, you're expecting it to start, right? To function. Apparently this one didn't. Like, my man's out here really selling cars that don't work. Can I even put a seat on this? No, can't even. I can kinda. We have the pumps, we have a stabilization system, we have an up and down. I'm just wondering why it all works before even using the relay. Like, is one of those things still connected to the battery or something? Yes. So now I'm not hearing any pumps. Why are they still filling? I thought it didn't have any power. Is it water pressure that's just pushing it? Okay, now fix the pumps and then shut the hatch. Alright, what to add now? And we have controls, we have up and down. We have pumps to empty these rooms. Well, apart from this one. I guess a couple of manual pumps for this small space should be fine, right?
So,
Hello.
so I just had no internet for the entire evening.
Uh-huh.
Upstairs, downstairs was fine. Just upstairs. So, I think I'm just gonna say I don't give a shit anymore about what my parents are gonna try to do to fix it. I'm just gonna do that router idea.
where you're just gonna get like an unlimited subscription.
Yeah, because regardless, like even if our 4G, 5G around here would be shit, which I did check and it's decent around here seemingly. But even
Yeah,
if it were shit, it would still be better than what we have.
it would be consistently shit, but it would be very
Exactly.
consistent.
Exactly. Obnoxious but consistent.
Yes. Like, consistently shit is what I call my sim racing skills. Like, I won't set the fastest time, but I'll set consistently bad times. To the point where it is... Why is that happening? The point where it is beneficial. Because that's the thing with sim racing, right? The longer, or at least the longer you stay consistent, unless you crash or make mistakes, the more often you'll mysteriously end up on a podium. I don't know how, but it seems that if you race consistently, you will end up on a podium more often, out of pure spite, basically. And also, simply because it's basically saying, alright, I don't crash, the rest crashes, I'm gonna be first. I should start... I mean, I can't get into sim racing again, I just have to, you know, put my things back where they belong. Like my steering wheel on my desk. And I haven't done that yet. I still need to do that. I still find it funny how this looks.
Oh, you know what I just realized?
What?
The dancing scene in live action.
Huh. Wait, are those
Can't wait for
tanks?
that.
Those tanks are bloody combined again. Why? Like, what's leaking now? Is my question.
Probably whoever has their phone out in your vehicle currently.
Oh well. Why is there an oil spill here?
I don't know. Oh, I should probably try to do that, like, money exploit, actually. Yeah, let's go do that.
Money exploit in real life?
Unfortunately, not in real life, no.
I still find it funny how basically almost a bunch of people, like this was a while ago. There was with the whole Chase Bank thing. Where it basically turned into this thing where people were saying, we found a way to make infinite money. You just deposit a check and it will automatically clear without needing money to actually, you know, go through with the thing, which is basically just check fraud. but
So if I could hit. Yeah.
it was still
No,
fun to see people.
there's like a money exploit in DMC5 where just like in a lot of games you get like more money based on like points basically, right?
Yeah.
In this case the style rank. But it should be impossible to beat missions without getting any style points. Except that is possible. And if you do, the game freaks out and just gives you a shitload of money because you shouldn't be able to have no, you know, no points.
I'm just gonna be out here emptying a lot of water because where I'm trying to get to is this hospital boat. The problem is if I have to aim down in order for it to stabilize.
But how do I get meter? Wait, that only gives concentration, doesn't it?
6.4 kilometers. I do not see the hospital ship just yet. I'm gonna try and sink the hospital ship with incendiary bullets. Also, Jim, I'm now officially employed.
Congratulations, you have become part of the machine.
Yes, I have a job now. I'm gonna look at another car tomorrow because the last one didn't start, so I didn't go for it. But now, we might have one that actually does work. Although, I'd have to buy those reports, sadly. But I do buy them because I want to know the history of the car. And for some reason, that car has had 8 previous owners. A bunch of them being companies. For some reason, at some point, it went from company to company to company to company. Where it stayed there for like 3 days. And only has 133,000 kilometers. So it is. And it's blue. So I can technically do a funny. And play the song from, was it Eiffel 95? Just the song I'm Blue. While I arrive at your place to show it off. Because car. Right, we're 5 kilometers out. Where is that hospital ship at? Where is it? You know what, actually, before I do fight that hospital ship, I should first try and see what's wrong with this. Is this it? Is this the leak? Was that the so-called leaky fluid tank? Yes, it was a leaky fluid tank. So the stabilizers are on now. Let's launch the nuclear reactor up. And good thing about that car is it has been inspected and has passed its yearly inspection until the 20th of August next year. So it has been very recently checked up, and in a year I might have the possibility of getting a company car. Not sure if I go for it because that still costs money, and if it costs more money to use the company car than it is to use my own car, then I'll just go up to them, say, thank you very much. However, my option that I currently have is better.
That gave me style points? Wait. How do you do this? How do I get Devil Trigger without getting stalled? Hold on, you.
There we go. You're already lowering ourselves into the water, bit by bit. My altimeter isn't lying. We are slowly deeper to the water. Alright, let's see. How hot is the reactor? How hot is the boiler? Not hot enough. But it is heating up. Then we're going to continue with the fill all. Trying to get this... I guess I could make this a lot heavier, especially towards the front, but... in this wall pretty much is already weight blocks. Or I make the back lighter. That is a second option. I've put wing pieces on the back instead of just walls. Oh, there we go, we're moving. Then quickly fill up all of this. I'm filling up all the compartments. In the meantime, I'm doing a brisk 50 knots. The hospital ship is moving that way. 7.2 kilometers out, we are stabilizing, I guess. think I'm just gonna set it there and aim for that one. You probably Lewis script a crosshair on there. But it's gonna be Lewis script. And I don't really do that. Although when I get to work, I will probably learn a little bit of JavaScript, so that is quite similar to Lewis script, so I might actually be able to write stuff. I'm gonna be able to code. Probably gonna find it really annoying to do, considering it's something you have to do, something that sometimes doesn't work. Doesn't always give you the clearest of error messages, if you know what I mean. Where it's saying, there's a mistake here. In the meantime, get some messages off my phone while we are 6 kilometers out. That's a lot of messages. Most of it is that's live. Wasn't too far off.
Would this even be enough? Wait.
$16 knots. It's still slow for a submarine, but it's still pretty decent. I'm coming for the hospital boat right now. It is not gonna like what I have to bring. That is a lot of incendiary bullets. It's gonna burn. Really burn. I mean, with this I could pretty much stroll around, punch in the code. I guess there's something that's broken right now. These pumps don't need to put anything in. Oh, this one is... I may or may not have let a slight bit of stuff come in. Oh well. 4.6 kilometers already. And the hospital boat is past my spot already. Wait, is it going away from me as well? Does that mean I have to set the waypoint here, which means it's 4.8 kilometers out still? Well, at least I don't have to worry about running out of battery anytime soon. I am closing in on the hospital boat. It used to be around this area when I was here. Now it's this distance. So I'm closing in on it, slowly but surely. Now we're gonna test the firepower of this.
Oh wait, I guess I can... Wait a minute. What if I just transform? Does that give me health? Not really.
That's kind of funny. You know, I thought, let's take a look at the news for a bit, right? Just...
Yes.
Apparently, a man had his car break down on him on the highway.
Yeah.
Apparently, he still had to sit out a sentence of 10 years in prison.
What?
Apparently, it was an international criminal. Oh yeah, he has a 10-year. He has a 10-year sentence in another country, and yeah, that sucks. Actually, I want to go a little bit lower. Because I find this little bit continuous flashing a little bit annoying. Also, it looks a lot cooler if you just have like less of the submarine above water. Like this is very visible. If you're flying a plane, for example, you see this moving, you're like, oh, that's a boat. Also, let's see. Yeah. Let's see, is that 3.7? So, we are getting closer. We are faster than the hospital boat. Like my speed has, the lower you go, the slower your speed becomes. The hospital is almost on my mark. That's 3 kilometers out. So if I aim a little bit down. See, this is a lot more relaxing to look at than just this. So we are just gonna slowly go lower and lower. Hmm. Ooh. Apparently, a bank in Australia was going to reorganize.
Okay.
So they sent a bunch of emails telling people that they were fired. Or that they were going to be let go. But they sent us out too early. So they basically didn't give anybody proper notice. It was just like, oh yeah, by the way, you're fired. Right, we're slowly starting to get more and more underwater. With the front. Means the back is slowly going to be lifting. Because you know the back compartment's emptied, the front compartment's filled up, as you can see. The front compartment is getting filled up. Side compartments are pretty full. The rear compartment shouldn't be full at all. In the meantime, it is a little bit full. Come on, hospital boat, don't be so annoying and get into view so I can go get alongside you, get onto my machine gun, and completely tear a hole into your side. That would really suck if you're working somewhere and all of a sudden they are like, oh yeah, by the way, we're letting you guys go. And then they have a meeting later that day because there has been a mistake. And then later you find out that said mistake still means you're fired. Because you know somebody asked, was the email an accident or are we really done? They respond that, yeah, you were still going to be done. We were just too early with sending those emails. Right, the hospital ship. I need to make a second camera with switch, so I can basically say, alright, periscope time instead of this. So I can just simply press a button, it goes into periscope, which is on top of this. So you know I can actually see out of the submarine. Because you can clearly see the hospital boat now. Hehehe. Right, it's seeing as stabilized, and it seems to be stable as well. Jim, I'm also gonna get a company laptop. And they did also say that they were surprised that, or they found it funny that someone as young as me, 20 years old, basically gets to work decently close to the managers. So I pretty much already have a step up on I basically have a head start, including with income, because Jim, it's also good for you to know, and a quick reminder, we are 20.
Yeah.
That means we get paid less.
Do
Like, way less. Once you're 21, that's when the big bucks start rolling in.
we? Yeah.
That's when you actually get the good laws to take into that go into effect, and you get to enjoy a lot more money. Let's empty out a little bit. Alright, we are barely close to the hospital ship.
Oh, wait.
Like, it is actually in sight. I'm not gonna fire at it just yet. Also, I'm now realizing I don't have anchor points. Empty all. Now, just to gain a little bit of height with these choppy waves. As I am moving to intercept.
Enemy step this thing. Wow. Oh, I can just attack the air.
Eh.
Why does that work? Okay.
I can see it. Oh, I'm catching up quite rapidly, actually. Wasn't even realizing it. If I actually set my waypoint there, I'm only like 300 meters out from the ship. Wait, is it coming to a standstill for me? No, it's moving in. All right, let's get to the top then. Let's get to the top. Fire some incendiary shells at the ship. Oh, we're gonna run to the back of it. Should probably close this hatch then. Yes, it's on fire, and we're pushing it. Can I not pick up this? Can I pick up this ammo? Does it have to be in this slot? Yes, it has to be in that slot. Right, tactical reload achieved. No, don't pick up the ammo again. There's more fire there. Can I get more fire under the water level? Yes, I can. Is this ever gonna sink, actually? Ooh, the batteries are on fire. You know what? I'm gonna slow down a little bit. And then pick up the pace again. Sort of scrape to the side. Then match the speed. Hopefully. Bring out some more ammo. I guess. Grabbing a little bit more. More ammo. Of course, you want fire below the water line. I need to put ammo on top as well. Sort of a ready rack, which you can just grab and go. Am I being pushed under? I have a feeling because it is tilt that I'm slowly being pushed under by the hospital ship. So I'm gonna close the top hatch. Alright, with that done, let's punch it. And then... Oh, what? It disappeared. Why? Was it too damaged? Oh, that was a waste. I caught up to a hospital ship, decided to fire at it, fired at it, and boom. Ammo. I'm gonna need... It's gonna do this. So there is a small ready rack which you can use if you're up there.
Should be enough, right?
Alright,
Why
what
is
else?
he...
I need
Oh.
rope anchors. Not sail anchors, rope anchors. Wait, is that a sensor of any type? Yep. That'd be linear speed sensor.
Wait, why does not finishing my air combo give me more meter than if I do finish it? How does that make any sense, game?
How much space in between here? 15. Because that means you can tow stuff. With a submarine.
Okay.
So who doesn't want to tow stuff with a submarine?
Did I do it correctly?
Here's, I guess,
Do I get
camera.
infinite money now?
Do we have the tilt sensor right there?
I think I did. Oh,
So
okay. I didn't get infinite money, but I got over max or over half of the max.
I'm gonna do something dumb here, Jim.
All right. Well, that should be enough money for a while.
And
No.
if it's... You can't do that, so I'm gonna have to make a thing where you have 2 inputs and 1 output. This is all gonna be video, video, and video output. So you have your 2 inputs. There should be a video switch box for this, so you can switch channels. With the off value being input 1, the on value being input 2. So input 1 and 2. Because 1 is the off value, and then I need a switch here, which is going to be... And
I'm gonna go.
you are going to do a sleep.
No, not yet. I'm gonna go.
Alright. By the way, Jim, before you go...
I'm gonna go discuss my internet decisions with my parents.
Before you go, what is your
Yeah.
availability the next couple of days?
Oh shit! Right.
Just a question.
Hmm. By the next couple days.
I mean, during the weekend. Or any possible weekend. Wait, do I have to infrared mode as well?
Is he available?
And I'm not sure. But I can always drop at your
Maybe.
place first, you know? And then drive back
Yeah.
home, because you don't live that far away. You don't live on the other side of the fucking country.
I thought you meant to immediately go there.
No, that has to be planned a couple weeks in advance.
Right. I mean, I don't really have anything planned. I don't know what you want to do. Well, that's not true. I do have something planned. I want to edit the fucking D&D video.
Can you do that in a car?
No.
Just get your entire setup built into a car. Just drive.
No.
And just if it does, of course, it's all gonna be reliant on whatever happens tomorrow. Which is like if it does get, if I do choose a Twingo as a car, then that's the point where I can basically say, all right, I'm going to drop by. But before that, I don't really know yet. Is the worst bit. Because if the car isn't it, then I don't have a car yet, and I have some problems. If I do have a car, then I'm gonna text you when available.
Right.
So, but just or in advance, if you were available, when?
Well, technically whenever, but
Of course, I'm gonna first have to probably text or call beforehand. Not that I just suddenly drop by. Guess that would be kind of annoying if I'm just suddenly there. So I'm not gonna be doing that. I would call beforehand saying like, oi, you available? If you say no, then I won't come. Zoom plus. It's going to be an arrow button. 2, 3 is going to be IR mode. Flip switch. I guess it's going to also be a flip switch. Channel 3. Channel 4 is zoom minus. Arrow button. By channel 4. And now I'm alone in a call again. Right, so this will be the periscope, which will activate... Wait, I need 4 buttons as a microcontroller as well. That will cause a leak. Possibly also cause a leak. So channel 1 is going to be turning the periscope on. That means there's switch box with a number output. It switches it, constant number being either -1 or 1. So this should be the updated version of the periscope already, meaning that that's going to go to slider speed. Then we have field of view. Ooh. Those are buttons. Yes. That means that channel 2 and 3 basically need to be merged into 1. So... Wait, 4 and 2. These two need to be switched from the turn to an up, down. Wait, and channel 2 and 4. So 2 can be, this can be turned to a number. But this one goes here. Up is 2, down is 4. Reset, I don't care. Minimum, maximum 1. 0.01. That is updated that to be this. It's field of view and field of view. IR mode, I guess, is channel 3. What the flip? Why are you flipping? there's a leak there. And you already know why shit isn't working. Why is it leaky? Oh, because of that. Understandable. Let me grab it. Pull it away 1 block. Fill this in. Paste it. See, a lot more stable. That works. Zoom works quite well. It's just that it doesn't switch cameras. Why doesn't it not switch cameras? Because nothing is connected to this one yet. Hopefully this is the correct way around. Periscope. Alright, let's turn the stabilizers on. Turn the nuclear reactor on. Power this one up. Save fail all to lower ourselves. Because we're gonna check out this periscope. And because I also want to see how much this struggles, we're gonna turn override weather and everything off. Fill all. Now you have the periscope turned on. Alright, I'm not moving yet. I hope I'm close to moving. In the meantime, I'm slowly waiting for things to start moving. As you can see, it barely goes down right now. But the more it fills up, the better it becomes. Here we're at 2.02. Oh, we barely dipped under the 2 there. Nice. Oh, here we go. We're moving. Wait, our top speed is 17 knots. Oh, it is going to take a little bit longer, isn't it? Because that's a neat part about a submarine. The sheer power you have when you just have a tsunami, have a big wave, have choppy seas, and you just casually go underwater. Oh no. Like you can even see the front. You are higher than your guns, so everything is submerged apart from you. And if it turns night, we can always turn on IR mode. I can really see far away now. If only I'd actually going lower into the water. But apparently not. So I guess waves are forming, so that has an effect on it as well. It immediately tries to stabilize this. But needs to go and lower the front, which it's already doing. I like how stable this is. It is quite small on the inside, but I don't mind. Yeah, this one doesn't really work. I'm now realizing why. Because I'm saying that the code is everything you put in. No, this shouldn't be. It should be separate. Just get the entire thing lower. Like right here, you're already starting to see that. Or you're starting to go a little bit under. You're still a little bit over, but it's just slowly flooding. And it gets kind of annoying. They just turn on the periscope. Boom. IR mode as well. Because if you turn the periscope off, you are just looking at water hitting your front. Also, how's the weather actually over there? How's the wind? Oh, I'm in calmer waters. Also, this is kind of a weird thing to see. The weather is the same everywhere. Same with fog, same with rain. Yeah, kind of same with temperature, I guess. But wind is the most interesting one. Like, they're just constant winds. Where are they blowing even? Let's use the fill all to kind of fill up these two Rear compartment. Front compartment's slowly filling up. You see, water is slowly starting to go over the front. As the wind slowly... Is the wind picking... The wind is picking up, right? Yes, yes it is. So we're turning to periscope mode. So I'm still filling up the tanks. Like, this is already a lot less visible from a plane. Of course, it's still trying to rectify the slight tilt it has. I should have put a remote controlled gun on this as well. I feel like I kind of should. And let me fill everything a little bit more. We are getting close to equilibrium here, where we're sort of sinking and floating at the same time. Yeah, waves are more prominent here. The further out you go, the more prominent, the more waves you get. Right now, if I switch this camera, you are just under, slightly above water. Another wave under. Big wave. With a periscope, you are simply above. Whee. Oh, it is currently going over the camera even. This is a cool submarine. I like it. It serves quite well with these choppy seas. Now what if I take control of time and everything, so I can actually see what I'm doing, and then just yank the wind up to 100. Oh, it just puts you on the side. It just puts you upside down. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm now I need to right myself. And damn it. Bow thrusters on. Quit tipping like that. Nope. Quit doing that. It just likes to flip. So if I can just turn the seas back off. It should in theory straighten and level us back out again. There we go. Because now if we turn the wind all the way up and I remain underwater. No, don't go above water. No, we went above water. Alright, wind completely off again. So I need to stabilize once more. And fill all the compartments a lot more. See, the seas are now very rough. Why is this thing so uncontrollable? At these speeds. Like, the seas are incredibly rough, yet here I am, completely unbothered, trying to fill up my tanks with fluids. Because, you know, it's kind of annoying that the front just wants to aim upwards. Must realize that I do not have a reverse. I think this is the longest it's been underwater for a while. Let me fill all once more and hopefully remain that way. Like, these are just trials, hoping that once there's more mass in here, and all these tanks have filled up a little bit more, that becomes more stable. Because I eventually won't have an altitude hold. Yeah, it wants to aim up. It really wants to aim up. But I'm not letting it. All the pumps are just running at full stop, trying to keep this thing stable and controllable. Anytime we're doing 20 knots underwater. This thing loves being completely underwater, and everything is still empty. Oh, we've almost reached the top. We do not want that. Like, try to spot the submarine in this. Like, unless you're specifically looking at it, you will not find it. Nice, those are some good underwater trials. I'm actually thinking of adding paint right now. Wait, I have this color, which should blend in well. Like, this color should make a submarine just disappear. It's basically the color of a seal. And plain fill this, paint over this, plain fill these. Plain fill your mom. Plain fill is just so efficient. I love it. It's perfect for the outside of creations, where you just have large surface area. Large surface areas to just cover. Of course, once it comes to the finer detail, then you get to add the pain of doing the rest manually. Hey, that's half the fun, right? It's probably why most of the people that play Stormworks are playing Stormworks. The suffering. And the struggles. And it's just to make a solid end result more gratifying. Because nothing's better than a good end result after a lot of trouble. And then paint the inside of the windows. Like this. Oh. Nope. This. Okay, did I get any of the insides colored? No, I did not. Nice. And I guess the prop becomes... well, I guess painting a prop this color is only reasonable. considering we're going for stealth here, and nothing says I'm visible like a big orange fuck off piece of equipment. Bow thrusters, sitting in the seat. So if, first of all, if it's dark, you are not seeing this shit at all. Second of all, if it's underwater, you're not seeing this shit at all. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna definitely save it before the game crashes, and then press a button. Because I'm sort of running out of motivation. So that's why I'm choosing to end it here. Because, yeah. So basically, made some good progress, get some systems to work, added a periscope, had trouble, but that's all fixed now. And next stream will be Wednesday. Will probably be some more D-Row Valley, because it's fun. And yeah, let's hope that my new job is going to mess up the schedule all that much, and we can just continue with what I've been doing and maybe even expand on it a little bit. I know I want to do this once we move, but, you know, waiting for it a little bit, it makes sense. And yeah, if you like what you saw and want to see more, make sure to let me know through every possible channel, even a view is enough. And yeah, I wish everybody a very pleasant evening, night, morning, or afternoon. And for me, goodbye.